from the land of chlamydia-ridden koalas. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
Episode of the Destiny Down Under, whatever the fuck cast. My name is Lord Powerslave, as always joined by none other than Briar Rabbit's son, Mylan Games. It was good to see him officially reunite with his father on their family podcast, the DCP.
Finally found my papa.
How you going, mate?
Oh, just slotting it up in the podcast scene. Anyone else want me to join their podcast?
Look, if there's any podcasts out there that could do with a, I don't know, what you call Law Master is the billing title, I believe. But just hit Matt up because apparently that's just his thing now. Just fucking smashing them out.
I'm gonna go for a record and see how many podcasts I can be full time on. If I can get a podcast a day.
One every day of the week.
Every day of the week, mate.
Why not?
We got Friday, Saturday. I need Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
What else are you fucking doing? Nothing. It's fine. As long as the DDU stays on the weekend so we can drink, I'm fucking good with it.
Mate. Oh. I've been staying up to like midnight making the content at the moment.
You've been putting heaps of shit out. I will give you that.
I've been a grumpy cunt for it. This is why YouTubers don't stream. I've been an absolute piece of shit.
I think you came into your own on, when was it, Tuesday or Wednesday? I can't remember. All the days have fucking blurred into one because I'm working from home for the most part, so fucking whatever. But when was it you made the video on stream, like from start to finish, an entire video?
What video was that?
It was like the one about the teaser trailer, not the actual reveal. Like when we had 15 seconds of Savathun standing in waist deep fucking Hive piss or whatever.
That's been the most highest performing video so far, by the way.
Do you know what? You know why?
Your title. It was your title.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I'm not going to give myself credit for that publicly. I will privately. But you know why?
Savathun
you know what
Reborn.
It is?
Why?
People don't like to hear the answers to questions. Nat, there was you could it's just complete speculation in every way. There was no this is actually what's going on. It's like we've got fuck all to go off. Let's have a guess.
Yeah, and that's what the Ahamkara egg was about today as well. So we'll see if the theory
I haven't caught up on
that.
I've been kind of like, I heard a little bit talking about it a little bit yesterday, but admittedly I've missed that in the mix of things. So we look, we'll talk about whatever you want today. I don't mind. Because, I mean, here's the good thing now. Like, a lot of people said to me yesterday with, like, you announce and you've been on the DZP full-time and all that, which personally, like, those guys...
Did you say the DZP?
I did say the DCP. Did I?
I think you said DZP.
Oh, I mean, maybe that's another podcast you can go on. I'm not sure if anyone's using that acronym or not, but...
Oh, the Dead Zone podcast.
DZP, Matt's apparently already on
Dead Zone.
Dead Zone.
Dead fucking podcast.
Dead shit podcast. But like I kind of preempted a lot of people going, fuck, and expecting it to be, like seen as a negative thing. But that podcast back when it was a Planet Destiny podcast is more or less the reason that we started the DDU. So for Matt at this point in his streaming career to go on and be on that fucking show full time and contribute to it, I think it's fucking awesome. So that, and it gives us an excuse to literally do whatever the fuck we want now. Because if it's like, if you're going to write in the comments, oh, you didn't talk about this, I'm just going to hit you with a link of the fucking DCP episode and go on here, Matt, talk about it. It doesn't fucking matter none to me.
I did talk about it.
He did talk about it. I just didn't want to rerun over the turf. So fucking sweet as fuck. But
Yeah.
dude, congrats and you know,
Thanks.
I love those guys. They're such a good group of people, and
They are.
yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I watched most of yesterday's episode, but I missed the back end because you know, like work meetings and all that sort of garbage. Look at this. If you're an audio only listener, Danny has just bought in some sustenance for Matt. What have you got there, boss? What do you got? Oh, he's just dropped
cheese
it.
toasty. Cheese toasty,
You've
mate.
just dropped your cheese toasty.
All right, you talk for 2 minutes without me help.
I'm gonna attempt to fill dead air in the one part of the show where literally it's the back and forth, the setting the tone, the how's your week been? It's not even a week. We haven't done one for 2 weeks because we didn't worry about last week because
Really?
we didn't. We went on last week. I had fucking everything going haywire last week, but. You know, we're back. We survive, and we've got an absolute mountain of Destiny stuff to talk through this week. So,
It's
good.
true.
There's just so much, and I think that like this is the proof in the pudding of the strength of Matt being on the DCP. Anything we don't want to talk about, we
Don't have to.
You don't have to. Already talked about it. I mean, fucking Fran and Teft and Briar and all that. They did, and Watts, of course, it would cover my opinion. So what does it matter? Between the four of them, they're all smarter than me. So what do you need? I'm just here to swear at people.
Yep.
But the release of the Witch Queen Vidoc.
Oh, dude.
What were your big takeaways?
Did you watch it live? You watched it live? Did you?
No, I didn't. I kind of went, I'm not going to because I'm getting hammered at work and I'm a busy boy at the moment. But I out of nowhere woke up at like 4 a.m. and was just like, okay, I'm awake. So I decided to watch it then because I'd be able to get through it all without the kids annoying me and that. And I was kind of like, because I was catching up. I could see the countdown screen thing of like, oh, okay, and then counting down to the reveal, and I started skipping through it, and then I started seeing all of the like the little
Artwork.
the artwork, but the little
And the
spoken
testimonies.
word pieces of people that have been in the community for the entire time, like snaps and all that sort of stuff. So I'm like, nah, I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to watch the whole thing and just appreciate it for what it is. I wasn't expecting the interview with Jason Jones. That was fucking incredible at the end. Just a little, for a guy that you literally never see do anything like that. He's a very private man. I think that's how much this means to everyone at Bungie. If that he's willing to just put himself out there that little bit for the sake of this release. It was, it didn't really touch on anything to do with the Witch Queen or whatever, but it
God.
definitely. Matt's got cheese in his beard. Fucking shit podcast, honestly.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely speaks to the sort of the greater philosophy behind Bungie and everything they do. So if you skipped that or didn't watch it or whatever, I'd recommend going back and checking it out. It's just him and Luke Smith having a yarn. Clearly two people who got a lot of time and respect for each other. So unreal. All right, so
How old is he?
I have no idea. Like, I don't know. He'd be.
He was pretty young when he started.
Yeah,
Bungie,
I mean,
eh?
I don't know. Probably 50s, maybe. I don't know. At a punt. I feel like it's rude to assume someone's age. I'm not sure whether that's a.
Yeah, right.
But,
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, he was making games when I was in high school, so I don't know. He's done all right for himself. Good on him, eh?
That's pretty epic, eh?
It is, but.
Imagine that.
Look, I don't know. I mean, he's clearly put a lot of himself into it and has refined the process going forward, sort of, into where they are now. But where Bungie is now is Witch Queen. So we're going to talk about all of that good stuff. But like, what was your big takeaway? What is the one thing out of that whole reveal that made you go, oh fuck? Because I know that you and I both picked different things.
Well, let's just assume that I went crazy with all the lore stuff. I was just screaming at my fucking computer the whole time.
Yeah.
So let's just give that's a given.
Yeah.
Legendary campaign.
Yeah. I knew that. I saw that. You were when that popped up. I'm like, fucking hell. Have they? Is Matt
Halo.
some kind of case study for this? Like, they gone, hang on. I'm excited for that. Like, it's not my bag, I know, but it's definitely yours, coming from the Halo playthrough of very early this year.
It will be your bag if it's a good campaign, though.
I think you have to double down on the strength of the campaign. If you're banking on replayability, it
has to be really good.
It's going to be something.
And I don't know, and you know, for all Destiny's strengths, it hasn't hit that Halo level of campaign.
Yeah, I agree. I totally
storytelling.
Agree. Oh, and look, I don't think it's really tried either. And I know that you know, people will be like, oh, but I think Destiny's always had Destiny's focus has always been what happens after the story, right? Like, it's never been the story itself. And that's, you know, as referenced by, you know, like, we get some repeatable missions that turn into strikes and we live with them. But beyond that, it's kind of all, you know, the story is, you know, you could replay it and whatever back when we had Red War, but it's not really something that's revisited or a particular strength of the game. And I think that
it's not like loved or beloved.
Yeah. There's no story beat that everyone's like, holy fucking shit. There's maybe a couple through the Red War campaign. You know, like the Speaker was a big one where he sort of admitted that more or less he was a fucking charlatan, and you know, like, that was a big turn. But you know, you never get the kind of really powerful characters. Like, you think back to Halo and something like Gravemind, such a, you know, foreboding and frightening character, because the narrative sort of walks you through the personality of that character. And I think Destiny does miss that a little bit. We do get it in terms of the raids and stuff like that. Like, we've managed to flesh together a pretty, you know, reasonable impression of someone like Callus. But I really hope that they lean hard as fuck into, you know, this being a campaign that is about us and about the character that we're facing, and that being Savathun, obviously. So, yeah, I'm very excited about that. I think.
Well, I mean, with the with a Throne World, it does give you an excuse to make like a linear campaign within that set.
Yeah. And I think that's the other part of it too, is that Destiny's campaign has always been built in open world spaces and things like that, where you look at Halo, everything's sort of a purpose-built mini arena for the content that you are working your way through at that point.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't until Reach that it was really sort of like you would be fighting your way through things that would ultimately become, you know, PvP maps or whatever. So it's exciting. I'm, you know, obviously there's exceptions to that rule, and I'm speaking in broad brush strokes, but I'm really looking forward to that. I think that just for them to double down on that, for me, speaks sort of volumes about how strong they think it is, and that gets me fucking pretty excited, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Wait, what is it? What did you drop your DAX for?
I don't know, man. It was like the hits just kept coming. Like,
it was too many. It was too many hits.
Probably. Yeah. It was kind of like, I heard Bryce say it yesterday. It was like TikTok, like where you couldn't look away, because the second you started to look away, there was something else happening that made you want to look again. Obviously, the 30 years of Bungie celebration that comes later in the year is cool, but the thing that I genuinely didn't expect to see is the like Hive Guardians and the Hive Ghosts, and the like that is the part of it that I'll say it was like an excited what the fuck moment.
Yeah.
Like more so, like, we're in a weird spot really when you think about it, especially going into Season of the Lost. And I've seen this sentiment and heard people speak to this sentiment a lot, where we're kind of like, where the story point is, it's like, you know, Mara's come back and she wants us to help Savathun to then, you know, like ultimately make her less of a big bad, because we'll get rid of a worm and she'll be less powerful, and then we'll be able to deal with her. But knowing that the Witch Queen comes out and just sitting through a fucking hour-long Vidoc or however long it was, we know that that's clearly not the way it pans out. So we're working towards our own destruction. It feels pretty weird.
But know the ending, yeah, and play through it, yeah.
But I also don't think we do. I think that there's a chance here that like it seems really obvious that we're gonna help Savathun and then she's gonna fuck us over because she's the trickery, right? But when you look into it and you see that the raid itself, it isn't Savathun. It's not like, the big bad of the raid in the Taken King is Oryx and you fight, him in his throne world. That's not what happens here. You're fighting on a fucking pyramid ship for the raid that's in her throne world. So you're not, I'm assuming, fighting her. I don't know. I think that the way it's actually pointing now is made me more interested in it because I'm like, oh, okay, well, Savathun, she's been, she's tricked away into our fucking, all the stuff with Osiris and whatever. I think we're actually going to see it take a sidestep. I think that we might end up allied with Savathun in a way, and I think that maybe it's like Xivu Arath or something that we end up actually taking on. I don't know. Maybe we get friendly Ghost Guardians, even though we see someone smash. Sorry, Hive Guardians. We smash one of their ghosts. I don't know, but that's the thing that I'm excited about is that I genuinely got a moment where I'm like, what the fuck? I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
In a game that I've been playing for 7 years, I'm like, fuck, I didn't see this coming.
The whole Hive Guardians, Savathun, like, I did not see that coming at all. I've got a couple of theories on it, which we can talk about. The throne world is cool. The aesthetic of that. I think most people incorrectly, like me, just always considered throne world to be like Taken-esque, like Marasov's Shattered Throne and the Mindbender's Realm and all those kind of things, but they're not. And it's cool to have an environment that this massive throne world that has these different like ecosystems in there, and she's basically got a castle.
I think you kind of got to look at it as a reflection of the character, right? Like Oryx is sort of this big regal, I don't know, meat fortress kind of thing, for want of a better term, with a
meat fortress
with a whole wall of dicks that you've got to get past. Like it's a very a very masculine place, right? If I'm going to project fucking anything onto it, it'd be that. I think Savathun being, tricky and cunning and all of those things, a swamp. I think that reflects the kind of treacherous place. Stop saying meat fortress. I'm like, if you're in chat, stop saying meat fortress. I already regret saying it.
So I don't know if you saw my little analysis of the trailer when it comes to the jungle and that, but the creative director was talking about how the throne world is created in her image of the future that she wanted, and that's why there's a broken pyramid ship, is a rejection of the darkness, and that's why she lives in this. That's why she lives in this white castle, and that's why the Hive embrace the light there. And so the jungle is the darkness.
She lives in a white castle.
Yeah, like
Harold
a light.
Fucking
Yeah,
white
hamburger.
Smashing sliders, awesome.
Yeah, like a light blessed world. So one of my theories is they're not real ghosts, and it is a construction of her throne world, because this is the future she wanted.
That makes sense. Where she sees herself as on the side of light,
Yeah.
And then I guess that the other side of that too is that would make sense if we're still helping her in a way, because we know that we go into that pyramid ship to fight. Maybe we need to defeat.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to tie the pyramid ship in.
I don't know. But I mean, I love it when we get to these points where we just like, what the fuck? No one knows anything. I know it's fodder for you because it's just the next 6 months of just talking about all this stuff and being able to speculate. It's awesome.
True.
How about the glaive? How about the fucking fact that we're going to be able to build our own amazing spear gun sniper sword thing?
Surely me, you, the lads, Twitch chat, the ladies, we're getting into a private match. Everyone's getting their glaives out, and we're doing a fucking old school Maud Howe. How about them boys?
It's been too long since I've heard you say, "How about them boys?"
How about them boys? When
You're
you
just
run
gonna have
towards each other.
the waver in your voice because it.
Yeah. It reminds me of I was trying to actually think of the word on I was thinking of Star Wars, but I was incorrectly thinking of Star Wars. It reminds me of oh no. What's the TV show where they go through the portal?
Stargate.
Stargate. You remember the zappy spears?
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, Stargate spears.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, obviously, I'm looking at the Witch Queen sort of page now just to go through and be reminded of all the awesome stuff that's coming because of, I'm old and I forget things. It kind of just does look like a big sword, right? Like it looks, but we know that there's the component of also crafting your own and modifying it. And it'll be very interesting to see how they implement the systems around that because I'd like to think that it's a bit of a dry run for trying this sort of system with other things too. I think that's probably the most exciting part of it for me is that maybe
with the glaive.
Yeah. So ultimately, we build this weapon for ourselves. Maybe it becomes something that we do in more than just this context. I know that Destiny's always going to be a game where you go and grind your head away for 400 years to earn loot, but actually making some shit sounds pretty cool too.
The weapon crafting, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like, obviously, it looks more complex in an exotic quest where you just get pieces and put it together. It's sort of like as you use it, you become more powerful and. It showed these screenshots of this, like, fuck knows what it was. It looked like you gave your kid a whole bunch of, like, Lego from different generations.
Random bullshit. Go.
They just slammed it together. It was all, like, different colors and different pieces. And it'll be interesting to see whether, right, so Bungie probably doesn't want to get rid of random weapon rolls because that's what keeps people playing, right?
Oh, it's an incentive.
And they've done that before and then everyone fucking cracked the shits. So I can't imagine weapon crafting is going to remove that system. Like, I don't think you'll be able to craft exactly what you want god roll wise. It's going to have to be, I don't know. It's going to have to be something else.
I feel like it's something that they could lean into with exotics. Like more so than just every weapon be that. I feel like having an exotic that you can sort of choose to build numerous different ways is cool. I think that would be awesome and a way for it to be kind of limited in terms of scope too. Like maybe it starts out with just this glaive and then maybe there's one that comes on its heels where it's a gun where you can effectively change out components in it to suit what you want to do. I think that would be, I've seen
how are they gonna balance this shit in PvP? I don't know.
How do they balance anything in PvP? There you go in Radiant Dance Machines. Holy shit. Fucking hell. Like, I
was gonna say there's been quite a lot of bugs this season and I'm pretty sure this season was made in COVID, so I'm gonna say that.
I think it all was. I mean, we know that Beyond Light was made under those circumstances, and we're now a year down the line. I think, it's kind of weird in that we've seen probably more bugs this season, but we didn't have like the season launch issues where everyone's stuck in queues and the server capacity crap that we've seen the previous couple of seasons. At least not that I've heard of. I mean, that Twitter fucking explodes whenever that sort of shit happens. So, I mean, it is a bit weird. There's a few points of jankiness. I mean, the first what's the new event called? It just completely slipped my mind. But where you're going through the progressive steps of the.
Oh, I just keep thinking of what Bri calls it, anal alignment, astral alignment,
anal alignment. Anyway, look, I'm not one to argue with Briar. Let's just call it that. So I think I loaded in. I think I did it once, and then I went to load back in to like have another go at it, and I was just in this space by myself and the bar's at like 80% and there's no enemies, and then another dude spawned in next to me and we were just sort of like milling around going like what the fuck's going on. It's it's pretty rare that you see
too.
something that busted in Destiny, and I'm sure it's it'll be fixed. There's also one of the triumphs, the weekly what do you call them? That's bugged, and I read about it 5 minutes after I'd fucked myself over and bugged it on myself. So unfortunately,
you picked up those things or whatever.
Yeah, I picked up the wrong one. There's the one in the mill, in the spooky EDZ place, whatever that's called. I can't remember. I'm shocking in terms of remembering names.
Shattered Realm.
The one on the mill was the one that did it to me. So don't pick that up if you're looking to get it done.
Right.
But I think
What else? Crossplay just came fucking off the top rope.
Look, I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of like user friendliness they could pump into that system in terms of like joinability and stuff for cross platforms.
Dude, I have
and all
no
that.
idea what's happening. People just keep sending me friend requests.
Oh, I mean, it sucks to be popular, doesn't it? But
But I don't need it anymore, right? I think the join code. Can people join from Xbox using join codes?
I need to go through it and understand it a bit better. I haven't dabbled with it all that much, but the functionality of it, loading into the tower and there being just here's all the different gobbers from different platforms just milling around. I love it. I think it's fucking great. I love it. That's probably the coolest thing that has happened in Destiny for me in forever. Like just jumping into a tower and being genuinely excited that, oh fuck, do you reckon we'll see a Stadia person in here? Probably not. Being in Australia. But
Stadia have its own symbol, does it?
I think so. Yeah, because I mean you can tell Xbox and PlayStation apart. I don't know what the Stadia symbol is, but
That'll be like a rare
I want to see an
mate.
Australian person catch a Stadia user in the wild. Because I don't even believe they exist here until someone does. So if you do, fucking screenshot it and send it to me, please. Here we have a rare Stadia user. But I don't know. I mean, look, to its credit, it's fucking worked, and I expected way bigger issues with that than has occurred. You know, like we only really had the one weekend of jump in and play strikes with people cross-platform as the trial. That was it, and then bang, now it's in the game and it's there and it's working. I mean, pretty unreal. I think it's very good. But look, that the trials changes, the anti-cheat stuff.
Yeah, anti-cheat trials.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's talk through. Let's jump into that, and then we'll end on talking a bit of Season of the Lost story, because I think there's some lore in that. Obviously, Battle Eye came in at launch of Season of the Lost. So we've now, there's a hard and fast anti-cheat in Destiny, which has been sorely needed for a long time, as we all know. But there's also on the hot on the heels of it came the announcement that there was a what did they call it? Security policies. More or less that they'll be banning people, temporary permanent bans for account recoveries, which I think is so fucking overdue that it's ridiculous, but I'm stoked that it's happening. I know that there's people that like make their livelihood off fucking doing that sort of shit, and like I don't want to see anyone put out of their job effectively, but it has been fucking destroying game modes like Trials almost completely for the better part of a year.
So how do they detect that?
I don't know, man. If I knew that's $1 million question. And how hard and fast are they going to go on enforcing it?
Like if you used a VPN, you could be flagged, right? Surely.
Yeah, maybe, but I guess that there's the other side of it is sort of like, it knows what PC it's being played on too. I dare say that there'd be a component of Battle Eye that'd be able to probably pick up on a bit more information in this context. And they give examples of things you can and can't do, and really the targeted part of it is that they are after people selling account recoveries for money, and there's full blown businesses that do this shit. Go on Destiny Tracker and there's fucking ads for it, and there has been for years now. So it's just nice to see that they're finally knuckling down on that. Even though that it's going to mean that some people have to change their approach. I think, given the trials changes that we'll talk about in a minute, but I think this lends itself to people like I I know that carries back in the day, right? Carries were a little bit maligned in terms of like, oh, you know, service streamer carrying people in trials, whatever. I'd love for Destiny to go back to that. I'd love for the community to have that. You know, like here's some
to play yourself.
Yeah, here's some really great players, and they're going to help people get there rather than just like, oh, send me your account details, I'll log in, fucking do it with, you know, 3 absolute monsters and just kick people in the teeth or whatever. I think that it opens itself up for a very different skill set in that, like, you can't just be very good at the game. You've got to be a bit more switched on socially and all that sort of stuff to be able to like help people through things. And I hope that sees a bit of change because, to be honest, some of the fucking toxic shit that you see in the PvP community, like, I mean, it's more the side of the community that I sit in than raids and all that sort of shit. But fuck me, like, and which brings us to trials. We can talk about the trials revamp now, I guess. Now that I've started to get slightly angry.
Yeah, go get it in, yeah.
Look,
we didn't talk about the Bungie 30th anniversary. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Hope we get fucking Halo. You reckon we get Halo stuff?
I don't know.
Halo did Fortnite. Remember that kid? Remember the soldier in Fortnite? That Halo guy?
I don't know. What the fuck is Fortnite?
I don't reckon Bungie has enough money.
I'm a man in his mid-30s. As if I give a shit about Fortnite.
Like, imagine how much Fortnite paid for the Halo skin.
I honestly don't think that if Destiny was to go to, like, if Bungie was to go to 343 and say, hey, we want to do like a celebration thing, I don't think it would come to the point where money changed hands. I think that
you don't reckon?
No, I don't. I honestly don't. Unless it needs to for a contractual reason. But I think that, like, both.
You born yesterday, cunt?
Oh, maybe I am. Like, maybe I'm just too altruistic to be like, surely there wouldn't be a business reason behind it, which, you know, there is. But I don't know. I feel like it'd be a genuine celebration rather than like a bought event. You know, like the spirit of it doesn't seem to be, you know, comparing it to
I just don't
Halo
think
guy being in Fortnite. Fuck that.
I don't think spirit exists in like in business. Like, yeah, I mean, Halo. Yeah, I reckon you'd have to pay for it.
Maybe. Anyway, look, we'll never know. That's the one certainty of all this. We're never gonna know. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens with it. I'm looking forward to it as a Halo fanboy, as much as a Destiny fanboy. You know, if we could get anything Halo-ish in Destiny,
Maybe that's why the collector's edition is $30 or whatever it is. It's a license fee to get the fucking Halo in there.
Yeah, it's capped per person. We don't want a lump sum. We want a fucking percentage.
Imagine if Bungie was like, guys, we need fucking 2.5 million, quick,
crowdfund, quick,
crowdfund Halo.
We're opening a fucking Kickstarter. All right, I reckon they'd get it.
Hell yeah, they'll get it.
Especially hot on the heels of fucking Halo announcing that there's no co-op at launch. That was a big oof, but we'll talk about that later. All right, trials. So there is an extensive revamp of trials, right? There is an extensive.
I'll be honest.
Yep.
I glazed over it in DCP about this because I was fucking half a cocky tail deep and I hadn't read it.
That's okay.
So can you explain it to me?
Now. Do you want?
Yeah.
I don't want to go through and read the whole thing, but
no, just tell me the main points.
The long and the short of it is that it's not, the cards have stopped being punitive. I'll read the bullet points. So I'm trying to find the fucking bit where it goes through the actual changes. There are no losses on a card anymore, right? And you just keep playing.
What does that mean?
It means that you just keep playing through till you've got 7 wins.
So how do you go flawless?
You just don't lose and you get to 7 wins.
Okay, so let's say I win 2 matches.
Yep.
And then I lose.
Yep.
So then I got to win a 7 in a row again.
No, then you just reset your card and go again. If you're going for flawless.
I thought you said, why do you reset if there's no losses on the card?
Because you don't have a flawless card.
Well, then what's the point of getting rid of the losses?
Well, so people can just go in and farm the thing indefinitely. You don't get to like your 3 losses and then have to reset irrespective. You're a potato of a man. This isn't even the fucking contentious part of this shit. Like this is.
I know, but it's like, I can't get past it. I can't get past it. Okay, listen. Currently, you go to Same 14, you get a card. Okay, brand new fucking card. Yeah. If you want to go flawless, you got to have no losses on that card.
Yes.
7 wins. If you get a loss, you reset.
Here, I'll read the part.
Tell me how it functions now.
This is the function of the passage, all right? Passages no longer track losses. A passage is either flawless or not. This allows you to keep playing and earning match and round wins for rewards. Players may continue to reset their passages after a loss, but are no longer forced to do so after 3 losses total. So, okay. If you kind of go, we're at 5 wins anyway, fuck it.
This is not a huge time skip. Everyone's making this sound like a fucking most best thing since sliced bread.
It just means that like if you're getting in and you just want to get to the 7 wins, right? You don't have to worry about the losses. Like if you could spend all night getting your 7 wins. You could spend 4 hours getting your 7 wins, and you get to earn your way through the card and get the loot. You don't get the flawless loot. You just get the 7 wins.
I forgot about the wins, the loot you get on each. But aren't they changing that too? I forgot about that. Okay,
look, the reward system has changed a little bit, but not overly. Really, what it's done is just make it so that people can get in and just chip away at it, and you don't need to be, it's not like, the card's fucked because we got a loss after 1 win or whatever. It's just...
Okay, everyone's yelling at me saying, you already done a podcast on this. Yes, but you know when like you go to school and teacher says, we're learning this today, and you're like, fuck, and you panic and you have no idea what they're talking about, but you're too scared to ask any questions? Well, that was yesterday when we got the trials.
Yeah, but Ben here, Matt's more comfortable about being made to feel stupid. So
exactly.
It's not such a big deal. So obviously there's changes to the loot structure, but the thing that's fucking, every pork chop and his fucking dog's been carrying on about over, the last few days is shrieking about fucking skill-based matchmaking coming into trials, and I'm in the top 1% and I want to be rewarded better for having to play better players and all of that sort of fucking flog shit, right? The way this system works isn't that, hang on, you're competent, you need to be playing Sweat Lords the whole time. It resets every week. So you only get put against highly skilled players if you continue to like kick the shit out of people for numerous cards on a weekend, right? Right. So that whole thing of like, I'm fucking, I'm being hard done by.
Like, the skill base, it resets your rank like every week.
Yeah, I mean, it completely baselines. That's my understanding of it, is that it baselines everyone each week, and your basically your performance each week determines who you play against. So your first card, if you were a god, right? Your first card, you're probably going to have an easy time. But couple it with this, right? Everything that has happened in trials, every change has been targeted to make it more fucking accessible, so that people that aren't fucking Sweat Lords, that are the entire population of that playlist, like up until this season, get back in and play it. The only example and reference point I have for this is Igneous Hammer Weekend, where I got in and I went fucking flawless, and I'm average. Okay. So if we compare that, and that's what player population does, right? I don't think that these, like, the real upper fucking echelon of this game understand that they're almost certainly better off in this system. Like, they will go in if you put a broader player base in that isn't fucking god tier already, right? Every man and his dog turn up. The likelihood of you turning up and getting through, boom, bang, flawless, almost instantly, easy done. You only go flawless once on each character, so you can go through, knock them out, sweet, and then you can grind. and then you can grind for the fucking like materials that you'll need to be able to get your loot that you can basically target at the end. It is the biggest and fucking stupidest response to anything I've ever seen. And it's all bound in this like, oh, but I'm really good at the game. I deserve better. Just fuck off with that shit. I'm so sick of it. We fucking enable it, and it's just garbage. Like this system is fucking great, and it's a vast improvement on a game mode that was almost fucking completely dead. It was completely overrun by hackers. So if you're out there actually complaining about this, you've either not read it or you're dumb, and that's it. The end. We'll see what happens in fucking 10 days' time when it starts, or whenever it is. 12 days' time. Fucking good luck.
Loggy, pick me up. Oh. I'm a little hobbitsy right now. You're well up on your high horse. Pick me up, Papa.
I'm not even on a high horse, man. I just think that shit like this, like you want the game to be accessible to people, right? Like the important thing is that fucking people can turn up irrespective of who they are and get something out of it. Because the more people that play game modes like Trials that live and die by player population, the better it is for fucking everyone. So if on fucking Monday night you've been kicking the shit out of people all week, and then you get a really hard card and you're only playing other people who've kicked the shit out of people all week, suck it. Who fucking cares? Just go do something else for a night. That's not the end of the fucking world. Your whole identity doesn't hang on this shit. Just like go go to a fucking raid. I don't know. I just look.
The whole system depends on increasing the player pool.
Yeah,
because it doesn't work if you don't increase the amount of players in there. So that's what you need. You need to get everyone into Trials, as many people as possible.
Yeah, and
because it won't work if you don't get that population. So they're making it more accessible, which is good. I think there are criticisms of it, like why have Trials and comp?
I honestly I think that I'll say this. I've been a little bit hard on the real Sweatlord end of the spectrum. I think that the evolution of like comp right now doesn't really serve a purpose in my opinion. I think that like for me it's a place where I go to practice against people that are about my skill level, right? Right. I think that what this is indicative of is that we don't have any kind of real in-depth rank system. Like, no one should be going into Trials looking to fucking look at my EP, right? Like, there's no metric. You know, someone could go check your Destiny tracker and find out how many times you've been flawless, but who fucking cares? Like, if you're serious about leaning into the aspects of, you know, being the top 1%, then we need an actual ranked playlist in some capacity. I don't know what form that takes. It's not my fucking kettle of fish, but I don't think that need is serviced by comp at the moment at all. I don't even know if you were really good why you would go into comp, because, you know, you're just going to be playing god tier players all the time, and it would be unpleasant. But I don't know. I just think
that's
that
minor criticism, but I mean, I because there's more changes, right? We can do matchmaking, solo matchmaking.
Yeah, exactly.
In labs.
So solo matchmaking, I think that's a big one as well. You know, people aren't comfortable, don't have a fire team, pre-existing fire team. I think a great way to kind of ease people into it. I mean, it's a pretty rough mode, right? Like it's not super welcoming, and I think that like doing anything to get people over the line to just jump in and have a crack, which we saw back in fucking Igneous Hammer week, right? Of, you know, when everyone was just playing it, you know, a lot of people were playing it and, you know, jumping off the fucking edge just to get the completions to try and get a roll on the gun. Yeah, but a lot of people who normally wouldn't bother playing Trials were in there as well. And it was genuinely fun, right? So I think that's the targeted experience for all of this. I think if it gets anywhere fucking close to it week in, week out, it'll be a roaring success. And I don't necessarily think that anyone loses out. I think much like everything else, it's a fucking enormous knee-jerk reaction to the fact that things might get a little bit difficult, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
There you go. What? There's some other stuff in there too. Any other big things? Is it like loot? The way the loot drops or something?
Yeah,
is different?
the way the loot pool works differently. But I mean, if you're super into that, go in and look at it. I mean, you are going to be able to use trial. Basically, they're turning Saint 14 into a vendor more like Shaxx, right? You know how you get your 1,000 fucking engrams off Shaxx up in the top right hand corner where you rank up. You can use those engrams to then and in-game currency to then target specific loot. And if you are going to go flawless,
that's right. Yeah.
if you go flawless, we know that you can target adept weapon drops. We know that we don't know how expensive they are. They're going to be expensive. You know, there'll be end-game currencies involved in doing that, but like it's a heaps better system. There's so much more incentive to just go in and have a go and keep playing, right? Whether you're getting flawless or not. It's I don't know. I mean, it kind of shits me that it's been so ragey about it because I think that they've really fucking done good work here. Like I would not have backed them to pull this off. I think it'll work. I think it'll actually really be a pretty positive change. But that's just me.
There you go, mate.
There we go.
I mean, I'm going to give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. Especially solo.
There's no reason not to now, and that's the good thing about it. I mean, you jump in on a fucking Friday, you might get a few games at the start of your weekend that make you feel a little bit bad as the more skilled players get through their first card. You might get touched up a bit, but you know if you stick at it and there's no reason to reset your card, you know. If you accept that you're not going to go flawless, there's no reason to reset your card. You just got to keep playing until you get to 7 wins and you get all the loot. It's a fucking massive change. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. I'm happy.
I've been talking too much. Got a dry throat. I've been so angry.
What's next?
I don't know. I mean, we can talk about Season of the Lost if you want.
Was there anything else? Oh, are we going to cover the void subclass?
The void subclass stuff. I mean, you've already done that once. You can talk through it if you want. I think I've done my dash. I'm still on the trials revamp page. This is an unfair amount of information to dump on
a lot.
People. It's so much.
It's a lot.
It's good. I mean, I love it, and I love I don't know. I'm fossick over this shit, more or less. It's good fun.
Is there too long didn't read the void straight into business? There'll be no new subclasses. There'll be no new darkness subclasses with the Witch Queen all through year 5. Made a call to refocus the light subclasses. There are no new stasis aspects and fragments arriving along Season of the Lost. Oh, didn't know that. 7 above, we wanted to focus on different initiatives instead of adding more to stasis. Felt the subclass build variety is in a good spot and likely benefit from tuning changes rather than more stuff. To that end, we prioritize Season of the Lost balance patch, another patch you'll hear about below, debuting in the 30th anniversary. Where's the bullet points? Brave New World, Void,
Brave New
staring
World.
at this.
Great Iron. Let's just read the titles of things and jump to conclusions. Like we're fucking we're sweats.
Staring out into the void. A new shape. Say the key words. Where are the fucking things? Oh, there it is. All right, I found it. All right.
I'm so glad that you've moved on to a more professional podcast. This is just a joke.
Within the void. So the void's getting touched first, right? Within the void, there are 3 negative stasis effects that you'll be applying to enemies.
Yep. Which
is interesting because they say negative, but it's really positive for you. So you just got to remember that when you're thinking about it. Negative for enemies.
I mean, look, like negative, and it's always just about context, isn't it?
Right.
You know, like
negative for your enemies.
If you steal someone's wallet, that's a negative for them, but you got a new wallet. So.
Well, that's exactly how Void works. So suppression.
Here we go.
The target is knocked out of any active abilities and can't activate any abilities, including movement modes, as long as suppression persists. AI can't shoot their weapons. That's Void suppression. Suppressing fire.
It's kind of, I mean, that exists now to an extent.
Yeah, with the grenade.
Yep.
You have suppression grenades, don't you?
Yep.
So will that knock you out of your super?
Yeah.
Will
Ask Adrian. He's pretty good at it.
Oh, he always does that, eh?
I am shit. Adrian is good.
Weaken, the target takes increased damage and has their movement slowed. Enemy AI combatants fire the weapons with decreased accuracy. Right, it's the stormtroopers. Increased damage, movement slowed, right. And volatile, target is afflicted with unstable void energy and they'll explode upon taking additional damage or on death. Not bad.
Okay.
So you get 3 negative. So everyone can sort of use these, right? This is a thing. Like, one of my concerns was the subclasses might lose some of their identity, but I think it's worth it.
I think we'll see like them really double down with this, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I hope so.
Like maybe the individual subclasses might a little bit, like the subclass trees, but I think that like the actual elemental differences will be even more pronounced than they've ever been because they're clearly driving in a particular way. Anyway.
Yeah. And then 3 positive effects apply to yourself and your allies. Avoid overshield. Protective barrier void light with reduces damage taken from combatants. Invisibility. You can go be an invisibility boy now, Loggy.
Invisi Titan. Sign me the fuck up. I've got years of this shit to catch up on.
You vanish from sight and do not appear on enemy radar. Devour. Everyone become Devour Warlocks. You feast on energy of your foes. Kills restore you to full health. Grant energy and extended Devour.
This is just
Easy.
it's such exciting shit for like theory crafting stuff. Like I feel like it'll explode. It becomes so much more important.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, does it say how many of each you can have on? Like, you have to pick. Is it going to be
I just
like
think
stasis, basically?
It sounds like it'll be broken up by maybe something like aspects or whatever. That these are the effects that each aspect has in different varying degrees or whatever.
Yep. Okay, then there's some changes to the subclasses, I guess, in preparation for this too. Night Stalker, Shadow Shot, Mobius Quiver Super. Now, this is the one where you keep spamming it, right? Now, this is actually, I don't know how I feel about this because, maybe chat can correct me, but it was pretty good damage for a lot of bosses because once you tag them once, they just keep stacking when you hit them with the quiver. And now it's going to fire, which I think this is more its intention. It was always meant to be like, you just put these void balls everywhere in the room, but I would always use it for boss damage, especially like doing solo stuff. But now it's going to fire 2 volleys of 3 void arrows in a cone. So I assume they're just going to spray out, right? And they're going to seek out enemies and spawn void angers. So much more crowd control.
Yep.
Than I don't think you won't be able to use it for boss damage anymore. Shadow Shot makes tethered enemies volatile and deals increased damage to tethered targets, right? Then they're going to explode. It's big crowd control.
Yep.
One of the main usability pain points of the current iteration is having to press the super input a whole bunch of times to fire each arrow individually. I'll be honest, I didn't really have an issue with that.
I mean, look, one man's pain is another man's pleasure. Rage clicking, not necessarily something that I have particularly bothered by either.
It does take a lot of time. I agree. If you're using it for crowd control, yes, it takes a lot of time, which is dumb. So it's going to fire multiple arrows at once for you. So you're going to fire 2 lots of 3. Easy peasy. And they track. So fine. It's crowd control. There you go. Stylus Executioner aspect for the Night Stalker Hunter. So this is an aspect. Oh, right, for the Hunter. Nice. Defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target grants invisibility and true sight. After performing a stylish execution, your next melee attack while invisible weakens enemies.
So it's basically playing off like if you kill something that's status affected by void, you then go invisible.
Yeah.
and then can further weaken with your next hit while invisible.
What the fuck's a stylish execution?
I think it's defeating a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target while, and then becoming
so that's the name
invisible.
of the aspect.
It's the
Okay,
name of
after
the
performing.
act.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, after performing a stylish execution, your next melee, while invisible, weakens enemies.
I mean,
Okay.
I guess it's time will tell how powerful that is, but if they're leaning into it like that, it sounds like it's something that you're going to want to be doing, right? Like, especially to focus, like maybe a champion or whatever to get them down. You could, use this.
Yeah. Okay. So you could kill an ad. You go invisible and have true sight. You could run up to a champion, you melee them, and then they would have a debuff on them. Okay. Nice. A Twister Metal Tree Night Stalker, current Flawless Execution perk. I think is that the large attack? Do a backflip. This aspect lets the hunter specialize in defeating debuffed enemies to keep looping their invisibility.
Yeah, it's going to be big for GMs and shit then. I feel like that's kind of where that sits. It's not really a PvP thing. This is a PvE. Anyway.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not a hunter, so I'll read the Titan ones. How about that? This is the part.
Yeah, go on.
This might affect me, probably not because I don't play Void, but I'm definitely going to jump in and check it out. All right, so Sentinel Titan, Overwatch is one of the forthcoming aspects. Cast a Void empowered barricade to grant a Void overshield to yourself and nearby allies. The empowered barricade slowly regenerates the Void overshield of allies bunkering behind it. So not only is it a barricade, it's buffing you actively while you're hiding behind it. I think that's pretty nifty.
Oh, can you repeat it again? I got distracted by Chad arguing about fucking dumbass subclasses or some bullshit.
You don't need to be there, Dad. So, well, more or less, it's giving you a barricade that'll give you an overshield while you're standing behind it. We want players to be able to lean into the Sentinel fantasy of being the frontline protector for your team. So Overwatch is a powerful tool for setting up prior to an encounter and providing safe haven for fallback if things get too spicy. So more or less, it's a shield, but it'll do a bit more than what shields currently do. You come back behind it.
So even a half shield will give you overshield?
I'm not sure. I mean, it says barricade. It doesn't say which size. So barricade, towering barricade, or the small one. I assume both. We'll see. Shield toss, a projectile melee.
This is cool.
Titan projectile melees. Wow. Hurl your shield towards an enemy. The shield can ricochet off enemies and surfaces, granting you a small chunk of Void overshield for each enemy hit. So it's like a Captain America ricochet effort. That's what you want.
Yep.
We want to give Titans more options when it comes to projectile melees. Shield toss is a great choice for aggressively pushing forward into groups of enemies, softening them up, and giving you extra staying power. So
that's nice.
There you go. Get in, mix it up, hit him with the shield, and then get in and shotgun the shit out of him, I suppose.
Yeah, with your no backup plans on.
Hey, yeah. Fuck, they look cool. I forgot how cool.
Do you? I love the look of them. I always love the look of them.
They kind of look like floaties at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
they look good.
You know what? You'll be able to shotgun the living shit out of people, and also won't drown. That's a win.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm a Warlock now, so might as well do the Void Walker. Pocket Singularity, projectile. Wait a second. Is the hunter not getting a?
I think these are just examples. I think these are just examples. I feel like
I swear to God,
there's way more than this, right? Because
yeah, I know, but the hunters better have a projectile melee, please, Papa.
They've already got them. They got the fucking shurikens.
Not Void.
Oh, okay. We'll see what happens.
Well, I guess they do. Actually, I guess they do. They got smoke bombs, but that doesn't really count.
All right, Dad. Whatever.
I guess they do count.
That doesn't count.
But I guess they got smoke bombs. Okay, shut up, chat.
You know what I love most about this podcast is that me and you are both pretty stupid, and we say things out loud and then correct ourselves, and we manage to correct ourselves at a rate just quicker than the delay of people typing in chat. So we've come to the conclusion within ourselves, and then 10 people remind us how dumb we are. It's just Like, ha!
Make them. Right. Pocket singularity, projectile melee. You know what I called it? Do you remember me calling this? When I did Top Train Dawn, and I was like, that is the goal for light subclasses, to have a lot of different tools. Top Train Dawn has your air mobility. It's got your bloody ranged melee.
Oh, yeah. Look, yeah.
It's got a lot of like things to.
There's so much versatility in it that it should be the standard, not the exception.
Yeah. Anyway, pocket melee. Launch a tracking, unstable ball of void energy that detonates when it's near enemies, pushing targets away from the blast and making them volatile. That means when they take damage, it's going to explode.
Mm-hmm. So it
Volatile
sounds like
means
a little mini Nova bomb that kind of primes you to be finished off and explode.
But it boops ya.
Yes.
It finishes you off. Oh, okay. Definitely don't clip that and take that out of context. Designed as an anti-dive tool, way to push enemies out of cover with careful placement. It's possible and incredibly satisfying to bop enemies up in the air and then pop their volatile with a well-placed headshot before they hit the ground.
Oh, that could be very rude in PvP if it's like.
Yep.
It's going to stop people fucking laning depending on the range of it, which is probably a good thing. So here's three blokes down the end with their snipers and they were getting popped up in the air and you hit one of them and explode. You drill one of them in the head, they explode and kill all three of them. They're going to stop doing it.
So here's the weird thing is it's tracking. So how would you use it? If someone's already behind cover, how would you use it to bop them out? Just hit the cover.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, we'll have to see.
Or is it more like you throw it and it starts tracking them, and as they dip behind, it's going to pop them up in the air.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. It depends how aggressive the tracking is. Like if you chase them around the corner, it's pretty bad.
Child of the old gods, cast your rift to summon a sentient black hole.
What?
Which hovers at your side, waiting for a target. It will launch itself at enemies and begin siphoning their energy and weakening them, refunding their life force back to you as either grenade and melee energy if you're using Healing Rift, or health if you're using Empowering. Defeat enemies who are being siphoned by the child will refund some Rift energy.
This is a Void Arc buddy.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, this is what the DCP crew recommended, is we're just going to collect all the children and we're going to have an Arc buddy. Someone's going to put the Arc down. So we get Arc buddy, we'll put this down, we'll have the Void buddy, and then we'll also use No Time to Explain. We'll get a fucking time loss buddy coming through time. And then I won't even have to shoot.
Fucking Warlocks, man.
Imagine ran in a corner. Void buddy, Arc buddy, No Time to Explain. Fucking stasis star.
The fuck? Void buddy, give you the big suck. I mean, it does speak volumes about Warlocks needing to make their own friends, making them out of fighting elements. You know what I will say? I always think Warlock shit has the coolest names. Child of the Old Gods is pretty fucking, like, that's up there for that, right? Titan stuff is always just Overwatch, shield toss. What do you do in that? Oh, you toss the shield. Like,
yeah, so you guys don't get confused.
Yeah. But the Voidwalker stuff is always so much more verbose and just child of the old gods, summon a fucking sentient black hole. What the fuck? Just make shit up. It's good.
Titans shield throw good.
Shield toss.
Punchy strong arm.
Yeah. So look.
Need a pocket thesaurus to use his skills.
Yeah, but it all gets fucking like summed down to one word. So that'll be like called child or something. Yeah.
Use the child.
Use put child on. Yep, put child on. Spawn your black hole child.
Sentient black hole. A child of the old gods is a strong debuff tool that gives void walkers an additional way to lock down an area while sustaining themselves. Nice.
Cool.
We hope
cool.
this sparks curiosity. Have you ever wanted to run Spectral Blades and Vanishing Step, Ward of Dawn, Controlled Demo, Handheld Nova, and Devour? These are new possibilities. Right. Closer to Witch Queen. We'll be back in a future talk about more supers, fragments, and grenades. You'll be mixing and matching. Not bad.
I am peaked. If you're rocking on in chat, let us know. We're not going to read it out, but I want to know if everyone's hyped because I'm hyped. I don't even play Void shit really, so.
Oh, I thought you were asking if people have got boners in chat. I was like, look, you can't say that, man.
I mean, I can. Has anyone in chat got a boner? Put your hand up. What? I'll do what I want.
I'll do what I want. Right, that's that done.
All right.
That's that done.
Season of the Lost impressions. We'll just do this.
We'll
do this quick.
Narrative is kicking it out of the park again. After coming off Witch Queen, all the Witch Queen announcements, and then jumping straight into the Lost, and then just seeing all the crazy story stuff, which we'll say in a sec, and then it sort of hit me like a brick wall. Like, I've just got to play the game now. Do you know what I mean? It was so fun seeing all the stuff and everything new that's coming, and the story was fucking kicking it off, and it's like, shit, just got to do an act.
It was kind of like going.
Didn't have any new toys to play with. You got told about all the new toys.
Yeah, it's like, my birthday's in December, and knowing that I'm going to get something great for Christmas, but it was like one of those combination gifts of like, because my birthday's in December, so you have to wait till Christmas. You get a bit of some little shit now, but you wait for Christmas. So it's kind of like you're still excited. You still want to get in and check it out, but there's so much like life-changing shit that is coming that isn't necessarily there yet. Like even the trial stuff that's, we haven't seen that yet. I think it'll make a big difference. But look, I'll say this. The narrative stuff and the way that they've honed that was probably one of the weaker parts of the game in terms of the seasonal structures and all of that. Over the last couple of years, fuck me, we're in a good spot now.
Oh, so like this
it's insane.
So this continues directly on for last season.
Yep.
Right? It ends on a cliffhanger last season. We're like, is Osiris evil? Boom. First fucking episode. We don't quite see, but we're made to believe that Osiris is Savathun, gets put into a cocoon by Marasoft. Mara says, yes, the real Osiris is still alive. I am working with Savathun to get rid of her worm in exchange for Osiris. And off to the side, Mara's like, of course I'm doing this because if you get rid of Savathun's worm, she'll become mortal and we can take her out. And then on top of that, they're basically doing this deep dive into the Ascendant Realm and Throne Worlds and actually giving like explanation, giving all the sci-fi behind how this shit works, which we haven't really got before.
Yeah, and like the ley lines and all of that kind of I'm looking forward to like a really in-depth video of that. So like put that one on your list to explain all that shit in layman's terms. But like in that context, I don't know. I mean, part of me feels like a little bit bummed about it because it was such a massive pinnacle to be on, right? Like this, looking forward to Witch Queen, that the return of a character as massive in the context of Destiny as Marasov, and in the first mission, her being face to face with the Crow, a brother in risen guardian form. There is so much shit happened in one cutscene that it kind of beggars belief, right? Like there's so many story threads and things that people have been thinking about for so long that all came to a head at once that it's nearly overwhelming. But
I'll tell you right now, I'm on board now with the weekly stories. I'm actually, I know there's a whole bunch of people that don't like the weekly drip fed stuff. I'm on board now. I put it in the same boat and we talked about this yesterday, the same boat as, you know, a Netflix series that was only coming out once a week. Do you know what was great about that? Is I actually we used to always catch up with my old roommates once a week. Someone would host dinner and we would sit down and we would watch an episode together. I'm like, fuck, that's good. And then we'd go away and we'd talk about it for the week and then we'd come back and we'll fucking sit down again and we don't even catch up anymore because it just binge everything. As soon as it comes out, it just did 12 episodes of fucking...
Yeah, and then you get to the end of it and you're like, oh, how was that? Oh, yeah, it was pretty good. You know, like, there's no conversation that spawns from it because you've watched something that's resolved itself, right? Like maybe if the season ends on a fucking cliffhanger, you can talk about that. But if you're discussing something, and it was like, fuck, back when The Walking Dead started and I used to go to the gym, I used to go to the gym after watching The Walking Dead and talk about it for like 2 hours, right? Just, who do you think, what do you think about that? And all that sort of stuff. I think that like this, you're 100% correct in terms of like, this is that. This gives you the opportunity, and it also gives you the opportunity to make videos about it every week, wherever we're up to, if something big enough happens. So in that sense, it's spoon feeding you to you big fucking baby. But
yeah, I mean, the thing is, I know, you're sort of half joking, but it is half true in the sense that Bungie is well aware of how content creators operate, and they dramatically extend the life of videos by drip feeding it as well. So they not only extend the life of the player base by sort of making them come back each week, but they tap into the whole side system of when you do things weekly, content creators get into a routine of making weekly videos on everything that's dropping that week, and that sort of feeds into itself to increase the population.
Yeah, I mean, I think it doubles down on a lot of good stuff. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this season pans out because we know that it's going to be a long one, right? I feel like we're probably going to get all of the story beats in much the same time period as we did with Splicer, right? Like, and then we're going to have a pretty significant sort of lull period at the back end before it ultimately resolves itself. But I don't know. I mean, it does really give you the opportunity to get in and absorb it rather than just blast through it to get it done. And I think that's probably the most positive change.
Hey, here's a quick question. Where should I be getting the cool armor? Isn't there some cool armor I should be chasing?
I don't know. I mean, you can get there's Umbrals still work the same. So you can target Umbral armor and engrams if you want stuff from the sort of awoken-y, reefy looking stuff.
Yeah, I need to remind myself what the sets look like. Yeah. Seasonal pass ornaments. That's probably what I'm thinking of.
Oh, season pass. Yeah, of course they'll be in there. But yeah.
Don't mind me. Hey, what about the stasis stuff?
What's stasis stuff? Oh, the fact that
stasis armor and stasis weapons as well.
I like stasis weapons. I think they're good. I like that hand cannon. I think it's good. I've seen some pretty horrific clips of people being perpetually frozen. I think Atera put one up about like more or less saying who thought this was a good idea. But I feel like if you're not under-leveled for stuff, it probably wouldn't quite be so bad. But being frozen by AI does not feel super great. Much like being frozen by fucking Guardians didn't feel great before, so I don't know.
Hey, here's a story thing for you.
What's that?
Xivu Arath, right? We're all focused on Savathun and that.
Yep.
But Xivu is apparently working on behalf of someone else and seems to be in control of the Taken.
Well, that was the assumption, right? That she took that spot in the power vacuum left behind by Oryx.
No, that was Savathun that did that.
Oh yeah, no, I mixed them up. Sorry, wrong sister.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, I mean, the implication too is that she's coming after Savathun, right? Like not necessarily us, but so is she doing the like the one wanting to be the one ruler of the everything?
Well, apparently she's working on behalf of someone.
Who? Like,
I don't know, Lord. That's some fucking telling you cunt.
All right, look, I'm going to open up chat. You feel free to make your suggestion of who does Xivu Arath work for?
Who does she work for? Isn't that Austin Powers?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Who does number 2 work for?
Work for?
I don't know. I mean, like, what's the hierarchy of things? Could it be Callus?
Pyramid?
But Callus doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it could be Callus. Callus feels like he's just run off.
Maybe this is leading the pyramid ship.
Maybe the 9.
Pyramid ships. Winnower. Darkness.
Yeah, I don't know, but that plays into that
now
kind
I
of.
can't get out of my head. Who does she work for?
The worms. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe the worms as a collective are kind of like, you go and do this, or we'll just eat you. Right? That could be a thing. Because, I mean, clearly, Savathun's trying to get rid of hers. So, I don't know. There's a lot of questions there. But it does play into the fact that maybe Savathun ultimately, like what if she's just being honest? I know that sounds really dumb, but what if she just genuinely does want help? Like, look, my sister is coming to bash me up. I just want your fucking help.
She is being honest, but she also is going to fuck us over because we know that because we've seen what happens in Witch Queen.
We haven't seen what happens in Witch Queen. We know that she wakes up.
Oh, what? So you reckon the Hive Guardians that face off against the other Guardians are going to have a fucking party, are you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there could have been like a fortune cookie. You could have cracked the ghost to, unravel it to read his fortune. It could be just a party or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, look at it. I don't know.
There you go.
All right. Well, so the other thing that we learned, and one final note, and if anyone's got any questions or anything they want us to discuss, just please throw it up in the chat now. The final shape.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
The final shape. So we've got quite clearly a Savathun themed expansion, and then we've got Lightfall that comes after that, which sounds very ominous. And then the final shape after that. Do you think we're going to get Savathun and then Xivu Arath and then someone else, or how do you think it plays out?
It'll be higher level, like darkness, light kind of stuff. I think final shape is very significant in the lore. It basically refers to, well, it could be a couple things. Early Destiny, it referred to the darkness cutting away weakness and whittling the world down to its final perfect shape. That's the approach Oryx took, right? If you are weak, you deserve to die.
Yeah,
you come from the universe.
Sword logic.
Yeah, there's aspects of that in there, right? And more recent stuff, I'm thinking it could be about balance. There's another one that talks about the final pattern and how the pattern will always prevail and it'll produce the final shape. So regardless whether you think it's going to be balanced, like I think you could end on balance because that will end the saga, the light versus dark saga. I think they'll do something to get rid of this idea of good and evil, light and dark, and it's just neutral. And villains can wield darkness and villains can wield the light, just like Savathun did.
Yep.
And just like us, we wield light and we wield dark. So it's the final shape is balance. Or it'll be like darkness themed, even more so.
What is the darkness though? Like that's the thing. Are we gonna ultimately end up fighting different units? Like is that where we think we'll end up? I don't know. I have this feeling, and I haven't been able to dispel it. I have this
Something's
feeling.
going to happen to the pyramid ships.
I haven't been able to dispel it, right? Since hearing the final shape, and I don't know why, and I don't know what makes me think it.
You better not say rectangle.
No. I can't get Oryx out of my head about it for some reason. I just feel like maybe it was just where like all that terminology was so built in.
Yeah,
sort
it was
of
in the Books of Sorrow.
His backstory in the Books of Sorrow, right?
Yeah.
That I can't like. I feel like maybe that's where my mind goes to anyway. I'm not saying that like Daddy Oryx is coming back, but I'll tell you what, it wouldn't be a bad way to send off the entire thing with probably its most gripping villain, and we got to he's resurrected by the darkness, and we got to beat him with something. I don't know.
So, interestingly, I've had a stroke. Well, they've said that the game keeps going after this.
Yeah.
So, I think what this does is opens up other narrative threads, which are no longer bad guy comes to steal light, or bad guy wielding darkness opposes light, or it just becomes a game about stories. And the universe is set, and we all have light and darkness powers, and
in that context,
they can say whatever story they want.
In that context, it is a very Star Wars kind of narrative, right? Like the light and the dark, the Jedi and the Sith, the like whatever. And the core sort of story of Star Wars always centers around that in one way or another. Some of my favorite Star Wars stuff exists outside of that almost entirely, right?
Yeah, like all the
outside
side
of
plots.
movie. Yeah. So in that sense, I'm hell excited about it. Like I really, I can't. I mean, obviously, it depends on where it ends. Like, how do you end this and then move forward, right? Like,
oh, it's got to be a good fucking ending.
Just with the acceptance that, like, oh well, turns out the little girl off the old El Paso ad was right, and we fucking can just have both. Whoops. Like light and dark. Let's get on.
The only end I will accept is if the Exo Stranger comes out and says, "I've got no time to explain," and then it just fades to black and credits roll.
Just an absolute fucking brain shot. Nah, what needs to happen is we need to fight fucking, I don't know, Darkness Reborn Oryx, right? And we defeat him in the fucking in his throne Vex world or something. And then we sit down and Elsie Bray says, "I have time to explain." And we sit down at a table and then it ends. We never get the explanation. Our character does off screen. Just blue balls on the story after 7 years. I thought that arc had like fucking resolved itself. Anyway. All right. What do we got in chat? Anything good? Carrying on. I haven't been reading.
Chat never has anything good, mate.
This is our chat, Matt, not your chat. There's a lot of familiar names in there. But I'll urge you to treat them with some modicum of respect and not just scream at them like you do on your own stream.
Okay, then. Let's see if they can bring someone up then.
All right. If you've got a good question, repost it right now because I'm not scrolling up. The only way to top that off would be with the Grimoire card acquired pop up at the bottom of the screen and the ending is in the card. Just bring it straight back to you've got to go onto the mobile phone app to read the actual final phone. You've got to actually go to Ishtar Collective to read it. All right. What's that one? Do you think the drip feed will last us until Witch Queen, or will we have breaks throughout for seasonal events? I think there'll definitely be seasonal events. I mean, we've got the Bungie anniversary. We're going to have the Dawning. We're going to have Halloween, Festival of the Lost. I'm assuming. I mean, we know we're going to have that because we've got to get dinosaur armor then. I mean, right?
I forgot about dino armor.
I never forget about dinosaur armor. I go to bed every night and I think another day off the list. Dinosaur armor, it's coming soon.
Dinosaur armor, not here yet.
No, it's one down. However many to go.
One day closer.
So I think there'll definitely be seasonal like events and whatnot, but I do think we're going to hit a point where it's kind of like, well, you know, we all know that Witch Queen was delayed, and we're just going to feel that. You know, we're all going to get pretty good chance to, at the end of this season, go away and freshen up for a bit and come back and hit it hard when it actually drops. Maddie, here, Project Jack, this is actually a good one. Maddie, what's been your favourite lore book of this year so far?
I don't know. I was like, fuck, I'm just frantically trying to look. One of the ones I did enjoy, I don't know, I can't remember what book it's from, but Shax is talking about the people he murdered. I thought that was great. He was talking about it with Mithrax, and they were sort of that noise.
No. Was that a gun? Is it stochastic variable that's on?
Oh wait, no, yeah, it was Survivor's Epitaph, I think, actually. Yeah, and they're exchanging war stories, and Shax like admits to how many people he's killed, and just like as a warlord, just obliterating these people that stole bread. And he's like, yeah, just vaporize them basically, and different times, and they sort of bond over the things they did during war, I guess, and reflect on it. And it was a nice moment to recognize that the Fallen are just doing what they did to survive, and we're no better than them. You go.
Shaxi just vaporizing people who were hanging for a loaf. That's no good.
Yep.
I reckon, and this will probably shit you off because I know that it was an annoying book for you to do with, The Dark Future. The Dark Future book for mine was like, because it gave me that sense of like, you know when they always do that shit in comics where it's like, guess what? We're 30 years in the future and everything's fucked. Like, it gave me that vibe, and that's probably my favorite thing about it, where you know what you're reading isn't necessarily based in any kind of reality, but it's interesting nonetheless, and there's no consequences for it.
Hey, you know what we haven't talked about?
What's that?
The Ahamkara egg.
Maybe we do that next week, because that's like, I don't know, how much is there? How much is there to talk about, right?
It's not much.
All right, let's do it. All right, and then we'll close out on that, because this has been a fucking bumper episode of the DDU.
Right. So the egg, right? You remember how we destroyed the eggs back in Forsaken?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we get the exotic bow from Xivu Arath, former lover of Mara, has a statue in her throne world. Never found out her killer. I made a video back in 2018. Do you know who I speculated killed Xivu Arath?
Uldren.
Savathun.
Oh, I don't know. I just had a complete punt.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, mate.
Savathun. Why?
Right.
Why?
Because her body was found with a strange coin on it. And strange coins, you would think the 9. And we know that Mara was working with the 9 in her throne worlds in preparation for Savathun. Like, why would the murderer of Xivu Arath put their calling card on the body when they need to work with Mara to take out Savathun?
So
and
really,
she was taken out in, like, when you do the quest, I think you take out Taken, and they're called like Shaw's enemies or something like that. And
right,
Savathun was in control of them at that time.
Okay. I mean, it checks out. It's not. It's a bit of an obvious ruse, though. It's just, oh, how am I going to throw him off the trail? Oh no, I'll chuck a strange coin on him. That'll fucking.
I will get him.
That's a cat amongst the pigeons, isn't it?
Well, it does lead into. I'm pretty sure that's how Xur gets his hunch. Because they go for revenge and they track down Xur and this lady just smashes the shit out of him with a hammer, and he gets a hunch from it.
I genuinely did not know that, and that's probably now my favorite part of Destiny lore.
Yeah, like just absolutely breaks his back.
I'm gonna go and visit Xur as a fucking hammer titan just to
watch him cower. Please don't hurt me, sir.
So this egg.
So
what's the deal with it?
So right. So the 14th wish brought back the eggs in the last raid, right? And then we went and destroyed them with the exotic bow, effectively killing any chance of getting another Ahamkara. Obviously, Mara has an egg still. So we wished it back with the Wall of Wishes, potentially wished the Ahamkara out of extinction back with a whole bunch of eggs, killed all the eggs with the fucking bow, except for one that Mara had kept secret. And now it showed up. Riven was taken by Savathun, but we cleansed her at the end of the raid.
Yep.
And the Techians are still in charge of that. So you have a whole bunch of different options, essentially, of Mara has an egg. Can she use that egg to make a wish, or will we get another Ahamkara? 2, Riven, there's nothing stopping Mara probably making more wishes using Riven now that she's been cleansed of being taken. And now that we've killed Courier Blade Transform, we should see some changes in the curse in the city, right?
So now she's outside that loop, because that was part of the issue, right? That Riven was caught in that loop along with everything else.
I can't remember if the loop applied to Riven as well.
Okay.
It applied to the Shattered Throne.
Yep.
Darling Curry got reset each week. And my theory is that wouldn't it be classic Ahamkara, whether Mara makes a wish, because Mara's getting asked to get the Techians, right?
Yep.
To help her save the Techians.
Yep.
And she says the reason Mara's doing this is to save Osiris. Does Mara really give a fuck about Osiris?
Does Mara really give a fuck about anyone?
No, she doesn't.
I mean, we've seen that. Like, she kind of maybe offers that a like reincarnated brother-in-law can hang around a bit and she'll show him around. Like,
so the Techians made the Wall of Wishes, the first device to communicate with Ahamkara. So I'm thinking we've got this egg, we've got a potential another Riven. Maybe she needs the Techians to come back to maybe modify the Wall of Wishes, because remember the whole point of getting the Techians is to free Savathun of her worm, but we don't know how they're going to do that.
And wish it out.
What if she needs the Techians to modify the Wall of Wishes to wish it out of her? And that would be the perfect opportunity for Ahamkara to pervert the bargain and go, yes, I'll get rid of the worm. And the way that we get rid of the worm is we give Savathun the light. Bum, bum, bum. Enter Witch Queen.
Fuck. Well, that's it. I mean, there's got to be a cost for every... Like, that's the thing with
not bad, eh?
Right? No,
not bad, little theory.
It's
not bad.
Pretty compelling, Matty.
Not bad at all.
You're actually going all right at this stuff. Good on you.
You should make a YouTube channel.
You should make a YouTube. I don't think people would really turn up for that. All right, I think it's time for us to fuck off. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm hungry and tired.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch the footy. All right. All right. Thanks everyone for coming. I don't know. Where will the law? We're still doing where will the law find people? Like, is that a thing?
Hey, catch me outside on DZP.
You're a fuckwit. All right. See you next week. Where's the
bye?
Oh my god. What? Anyway, I've lost my fucking end button. There we go. Bye.